Some Chase Elliott fans are mad. A look at what other drivers think about the situation and the waiver system. Is it right or is it wrong?
3, 2, 1.
What's up, everyone? Todd Brown, That Races Show. Ooh, some of them Chase Elliott fans are mad out there. Woke up this morning to check out Twitter. Saw some of the mean tweets coming from these Chase Elliott fans who are angry at him. Saw some of the tweets from the people who are really supporting him, and some of them arguing with each other. It was pretty wild. So let's just take a look at some of these right here, right now. You can start out with right here. I hope Chase Elliott enjoys watching someone else drive his car because of doing something stupid. Now here, Chase Elliott, you just screwed your entire fan base. Snowboarding during race season. Hendrick should find your stupid ass big time a child's mistake. And here, L9 Esmio, you know what? I don't know what the hell this says. But anyways, I see down there that L23, so that's got to be a Bubba Wallace fan. Wish I did know what that says. Anybody knows what it says? Tell me down below. Now we got here, Chase Elliott has ruined any chance for a championship season this year, and in my opinion, he shouldn't have been snowboarding anyway. I have no sympathy for him at all and could care less if he came back at all. Now, this is from a female tweeter, and this is another female, and this was her response. Now, she was just really mad, jumped right in there with, "You're a waste of baby gravy," saying some of them words that even George Carlins couldn't say. She put that money sign in there. She said, "Baby, this tweet right here is money." Now, here's some of the other things that I like to see. I've seen a lot of these as well. It's been crazy to see some of the reactions to Chase Elliott being injured. There are so many entitled fans that clearly think his only job is to race for their entertainment week after week and do absolutely nothing else. I think so many fans have shared this view. So it's something here I want us to talk about, explain to you and show to you. This is drivers' reactions. So let's take a look at some of the drivers that have spoke out on this. Let's kick it off right here with Denny Hamlin.
You got to let guys live and do what they want to do, and obviously, Chase didn't intend for this to happen, and he didn't intend to have to give up a seat for someone else. But it's an unfortunate circumstance that for him. But it's tough to really say that they shouldn't do one thing or another.
Now, obviously, Denny is a car owner as well as a driver, so he's got a lot at risk right here. Now, let's take a look at another driver who is involved with sports management with different types of athletes across different levels, who's got a lot to lose as well.
I'm in the category with Chase. I like to live my life. I like to ski. I like to go do things. There's way too much time spent at the racetrack to not be able to live the rest of your life and to have to live in a bubble.
Let's take a listen to the teammates of Chase Elliott, what they like to get into.
I do enjoy skiing, and I feel like, and again, I don't know what happened to Chase. I don't know what he was doing. If he was going through trees or jumps or just had a mistake going down a bunny slopes. I enjoy it. I love it. My son loves it. Audrey was doing good with it. Caitlin's trying to get better, so I want to keep going skiing. It's a fun family activity. And
I actually snowboard too, and Chase and I have talked about that in the past, and we haven't snowboarded together, I don't think, but we've been on trips together, and we've talked about snowboarding. So really, I just try to live my life to the best I can, and the best thing for a race car driver during the week is to try to let the stress go, because it's a very stressful sport. It's high intensity, high adrenaline, and you kind of have to find something else in your free time.
So as you can obviously see, all these guys collectively like to do a lot of winter activities, like to snowboard, ski, do things of that nature. And it seems to be something that so many across the sport enjoy. And Chase is actually somebody who's very experienced at snowboarding. It's not like he just went out there for the first time. Let's take a listen now to the president of Hendrick Motorsports and his views on it.
These guys have to go out and live a life, really outside of the racetrack. And certainly what Chase was doing was not anything abnormal for him. He's an experienced snowboarder. He's been doing it most of his life, and it was an accident. A similar injury could happen falling off a mountain bike or stepping off a curb while you're jogging, and it was an accident.
Now, one of the other things I think is so cool about this is another past champion reached out to this past champion to offer his support, and that was Kyle Busch. Somebody who's been through this knows the ins and outs of what it takes to come back from something like this, not only the recovery, but also getting back into the competitive level. So I think that was very cool of Kyle to do that. I think he stepped up a lot this year, and a lot of fans are going to start seeing a different side of him. Now, me personally, I have to say again with this, I think it's great that these guys are able to come back and compete like this. It does bring up so many questions, though, about this waiver. Obviously, Kyle Busch was able to come back and win a championship after this. Tony Stewart's been through similar situations. But there was a tweet earlier that I read that said, how about if only drivers could get basically a waiver if it happened in a racing-related incident? Brought up a good question to me, because how many other times does something like this happen in other sports or just different things where something like this happens and you can still go race for a championship? But the way I look at it with everything right now, you could go win Daytona and basically just goof off for the next 25 races and still make it into the playoffs. But does that make it fair to the drivers who are competing week in and week out? If you miss 10, 11 races and come back and still can compete for that title that they've had to race for. But on the flip side, those other drivers have had that time to earn more wins and maybe earn their first win to get themselves into the playoffs. So it's a 50-50 scenario right there. But anyways, I just wanted to bring all this up because I brought it up in my episode yesterday about fans attacking and different things. So I just want to make a point of this. And again, I'm just going to kind of finish this up with saying, I wish Chase the best. As I said yesterday, this is something I've been through myself. I suffered a broken tibia in a racing accident many, many years ago and back in the late 80s. And it's a very painful situation. It does take a lot of healing. Still have yet to really hear what kind of a break this is, where it's located. As I said yesterday, even Kyle Busch, he kind of backed me up on that in his comments later in the day that it depends on where it is in your leg because, I mean, honestly, he could have a cast that goes basically from his hip to the tip of his toes. He could be in an air cast. There's so many different things right now that are unknown that hopefully will come out over the next couple days and answer a lot of these questions and will probably give a better timetable of the recovery process of what he's going to go through. And but, man, we're wishing him the best. Hope he's able to get back out there and do what champs do and win races. And sure, he'll be back in no time. But anyways, hope everybody enjoys the racing today. It's been a pretty cool weekend of racing so far. Got the Cup race coming up here a little bit later. And as always, we'll see you at the checkered flag.